Hello, hello, my friends. Happy it's Tuesday. Usually when I go live, it's Thursday, so I'm a little confused. But today is Tuesday, but it's the last Tuesday of the month, which means it is virtual card class day. And I am just gonna make sure I'm in the right space. I've been doing my paper share all day yesterday and today, so I want to make sure I'm on my regular page, which I am. So super excited here. We are in our last Tuesday of the month, which means it's virtual card class day. So I'm super excited to bring you some projects today. I just went online before I joined you, unfortunately. I'm using the Gone Fishing bundle and paper. Good news is the paper's back in stock, which that was not the case like a week or so ago. But now the bundle is out again. But the bundle is supposed to be back August 7th, the week of August 7th. So we might have to wait a little bit for you to be able to get the exact stamps that I'm using for our projects today. But you can totally improvise and make cards using the supplies that you have at home too. So if you're new here, every last Tuesday of the month I do a virtual card class. And if you order using the host code for this month, by the end of the week, so usually it's by Friday, but I'm going to give you till Sunday, then you will get these free card kits in the mail delivered to your house. If your order is over $50, you'll also get the embellishments that I'm using, which is the classic matte dots. And because Stampin' Up! Is doing the bonus days, you'll also get a $5 coupon to use in August for every $50 you spend. So all sorts of good things happening. So that is what we're going to be up to today. I'm going to do 3 cards for you, and the super exciting part about this is I didn't design them. You know who did? My little Cape Cod cowboy. So hubby designed these cards. He did a really good job. He actually designed them way back when he did his Father's Day card and his very first video with me. If you didn't catch that, you can catch that on my YouTube channel. So he did them. I did not even adjust any of them, so the cards that he did are just the way he designed them. So he did a really good job. I think you're going to enjoy them. I wasn't exactly too excited about cutting some of them, but we'll be we'll be okay. Maybe I'm gonna make him come back and cut all the card kits for us, right? But it'll be super fun. So that will be really fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch this around so we can get started. Like I said, don't mind my messy desk. Don't mind me. I am doing paper share for yesterday and today, which is my well, I do it 3 times a year. With each new catalog, we do a paper share, and you get like a little packet of the paper plus a little card kit to go along with it. So I did that. We did 6 yesterday and 6 today. They got 12 packs of paper and the card kit. If you're interested, I do have a couple of extra kits for those. You can go ahead and message me, and I will let you know what the details are on that. But they're really super fun. Obviously, you won't be able to participate live, but you'll be able to play along, and I'll add you to the group so you can see all the videos. But yeah, just give me a shout if you're interested. All right, so we're going to do 3 cards today. Let me show you. These are all, again, done by my handsome hubby. He even did a fun fold, you guys. Look at him. He is on it. And then he did this one. So we're going to walk you through these. And again, if you decide to place an order this week, by the end of the week on Sunday, don't forget to use that host code, and you'll get these card kits for free. Plus, if your order is over $50, you'll also get the classic matte dots, which are these, which is what we used for the embellishment for these cards. So like I said, I am using the Gone Fishing bundle for these cards. You could totally recreate these cards without the bundle though, too. So like this one doesn't use, all it uses a sentiment from the stamp set. This one, again, a sentiment from the stamp set. And this one, it uses the paper and then one little bobber. So you could, replace that little image with another fish or something else. So you could totally recreate these without the bundle, but the bundle will be back in stock the week of August 7th. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with this one here. All right, so this was my least favorite of the ones we did. They're all cute. They're all good, but I'm going to start with this one. I think it's also probably the easiest. So, all right. Hi, Jolene. Thanks so much for joining me. Let's go ahead and we're going to do a little stamping here. So I have pecan pie cardstock, and when you do an order and you get the card kits, you also get the PDF tutorials for these, so you'll be able to recreate them again if you wanted to, with all the measurements and things like that too. So just a little perk I like to do at the end of the month, just to thank you for hanging out with me this month, and just a little last chance for me to grab a little more sales for the month, which is always fun, and to reward you at the same time. So I love that. So this piece here is just a strip of the pattern paper, the Gone Fishing pattern paper. I don't think I showed you that. Look at how cute this paper is. This is back in stock. It was out of stock for a while, but super cute double-sided paper. So if you have any fishermen in your life, you will need this paper. It's actually really good for my scrapbookers too. Anybody who, not only fishing, but like any sort of water stuff, ocean stuff. This is really cute paper to be able to use on layouts and things like that too. So that is the paper I'm using. We don't use big chunks of it, it's just a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and attach this down. He did keep things pretty straightforward and simple, which is good. So I'm gonna go ahead and attach that right in the middle here. Okay, and then he used a piece of the map paper across the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that too. Again, nothing was popped up on this one. Super simple. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that across the middle here. Okay. He was very smart too. So on this card, he used like the tackle box frame. And when you die cut that, you get these centerpieces. So he used those on several of the cards as the sentiment. So we're gonna go ahead and do that as well. So he has a happy retirement, a good things come to those who wait. Well, the So Glad You're My Dad and the Happy Father's Day are more for Father's Day, so I guess I'll stick with the congrats as well. I might switch mine up a little bit and do maybe some generational stamping. All right, so I'm gonna do this. And we're gonna use just some Memento black ink here. I'm gonna stamp it. Let's see how this looks. I have something in mind here. I'm gonna do right in the middle, full strength. And then I'm gonna go right above it without re-stamping. And then I'll stamp it off and do another one underneath, like that. Just to kind of fill a little more of the space. I don't know if I like it or not, but it's there. So we're going to do that. All right, so next we're going to have to take some of the pattern paper, and we need to cut ourselves a little fish. So let me see if I can find the fish paper. It looks like all of the scrap fish one. Hold on, let me just grab it. It's on his desk. He has his own desk, my friends. Alright, so we've got some fish here. Actually, he's already cut some for me. So I can probably just use one of the ones he's already got. Look at that. He's kind of cute. But see, now I think maybe I should just leave it with one. I don't know. Or we've got this guy. He's a little skinnier but longer. I kind of like having a little bit of coral in there, but he's too big. I do have another one of the one he used, but I think I'm gonna go with the blue one with a little coral in it, and it's okay that it's covering a little bit of that. So we're gonna go ahead and add this with dimensionals. I have my minis right here, so we'll use those. And we'll attach that to the card, kind of in the middle there. I am going to move these over just a little bit so that I can tuck the little bobber underneath it. So let's do like that. And then I'm thinking we'll kind of let it sort of hang out like that. I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive here, and then maybe a mini dimensional there to kind of keep it in place where I want it, like that. And then we're going to use the stamp, the bobber, to stamp that out and die cut it. And then I also need the little color thing there. I think what I might do is I'm going to pull out the blue. So that's Misty Moonlight. He used red, but I'm going to use the blue. And I need a couple of, oh, I've got a couple of blocks here. We'll use this one. This one we're going to stamp in black. And then we'll die cut with the dies. Okay. And then through the magic of television, there is our die cut one. Okay. And we will go ahead and stamp the inside of that. I'm going to clean this off so I can put it away. And we'll stamp the inside of this one with the blue. So I have Misty Moonlight. And then we'll use this. I feel like I'm going to stamp it off a little bit too because that's kind of muted as well. So let's just stamp that off. And then we'll stamp it on top of the bobber. Like that. Cute. So fun. Alright, and then we can take this with some regular adhesive and just tuck it right under here. Like that. Okay. And he will hate me. But I feel like I want to do a little thread at the top of that bobber. So I'm going to just tie a little air bow. You'll probably all hate me because I know a lot of you hate doing bows, but it's just like an open little thing there. It needs some thread. Of course it should be fishing line, right? But this is the next closest thing. So then I'm going to just take my scissors, trim that down pretty short, and we'll add a mini glue dot and attach that to the card. That on with a mini glue dot right here. Okay, and then we'll use our take your pick tool to add some little gems here. These are the classic matte dots. And we'll put one there. There we go. And just because everything is better, maybe add a little glitz. I'm going to use my Wink of Stella and just add that to the bobber and to my fish. And there you go. Here's card number 1. Super cute, right? So much fun. Now I can move all these little fishies out of the way. We might use them later. So there's our first card. Okay? What do we think? You like that one? Alright, next up, let's do this one. This one's really cool. It uses the tackle box die from the stamps, or from the dies. So this is what the dies look like. Like I said, these are not available yet, but everything should be back in stock the week of August 7th. So about 2 weeks from now, you'll see you can get like the little lures, the the die cuts from the paper, your bobbers, everything you can kind of die cut and assemble, and little water, like when the bobber drops in. So super cute dies, really fun to play with. Alright, so let's do this one. I have my little card kit here. And we are, oh, you know what I forgot to do on the last one though? Let me just grab that really quick. I have an insert to put inside. This one's just 4 by 5 1/4. So I've been trying to finish my cards as I make them so that I don't have to go back and finish them when I'm done. Alright, so before I forget, let's go ahead and attach this one inside this card. And you could, I'm doing a smaller one on this one. This one's 3 3/4 by 5. You could, add some pattern paper, do some stamping on it as well. I'm gonna just leave it plain for today for time's sake. So let's do that. Now this one is a little bit trickier. So this is gonna get down like this, right? But we need to get our pattern papers in there. So what I am gonna do is I'm going to add some liquid glue to the back of this. Just a little bit. You don't need a lot, just enough to kind of secure everything in place. and then to secure it down to the card. But we need to attach our pattern paper first, so just gonna go along here. Alright, and now we need to figure out what goes where. So this guy is gonna go up here, so I'm just gonna lay that on top like that. So liquid glue is pretty important on this one. Then we need the fishing rod under here, so we'll put that here. Okay. And then that bottom corner here is gonna be this. And it's okay if it overlaps the paper over here. And then the lures is gonna be here. I think I did that right. Let's hope I did that right. Okay. Now I can actually use regular adhesive on the back of this paper here to kind of help me secure it. And I've still got the liquid glue on the top of that part. Oops, hold on. It was stuck to my finger. There we go. So let's go ahead and attach this now to the card. So that was pretty easy, right? Nice, simple. Okay, so now we just need to do our sentiment. So I used our double oval punch to punch out a white scalloped circle. I'm going to use the Memento Black. And this is a good retirement card, I think, especially for someone who likes to fish, because of course if you're retired and you like to fish, you're probably going to spend more time fishing, right? So we're going to go ahead and ink that up with the black. And I'm going to stamp that. Cute. And we'll pop this on with some dimensionals. Grab another sheet of the full-size dimensionals. There we go. Dimensionals are just the Stampin' Up! Version of Pop Dots, in case you're not familiar. All the product that I'm using is from Stampin' Up! And I'm going to put that up here in the corner. Okay, and then we need a little fish. So we could use this guy. He's kind of fun. What else do I have cut? Or this one. I kind of like the longer one, and you'll see why in a second. Nate used that guy, but I think I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to put mine straight. I told him I liked it straight better, but he liked his on an angle, so that's totally fine. But he did come up with a really fun idea, and that was to add little bubbles to the fish's mouth using those embellishments. So I'm going to do that too. But I'm going to do it like this, straight across here. And then I'm going to add my little bubbles here. He used 2 big ones and a little one. I feel like you kind of have to push them over a little bit, so that they're not like in a perfectly straight line. There we go. There. Cute, right? Super fun card. Great retirement card for anybody who's a fisherman. And you could switch it up with any of the fish, right? You could put fish more places. You could use different fish. You could put them on an angle. You can keep them straight. I am going to add a little bit of the Wink of Stella here, just to make him a little glitzy. I don't think Nate did that, so we're gonna do that too. My Wink of Stella needs to be replaced, I think. There we go. Alright, hi Judith, thanks so much for watching. Alright, there's card number 2 that we've completed, and then we're gonna move on to the last one, which is probably my favorite. I was very impressed that he pulled together a fun fold. Like, this is his second card ever. Let me show you the first one he made, in case you missed that on his very first video on my YouTube channel. You can catch it on By the Shore Stamping. It's youtube.com backslash by the Shore Stamping, or just search By the Shore Stamping. But this was his first video. He did a really good job stringing some little fish. Had a whole little story about how he came up with the idea. But this was the one he made for the video, and he had made one beforehand, and he gave that one to his dad for Father's Day. So that was really cute. All right, so let's go ahead and grab our last project. So for this fun fold, it's actually a really simple fun fold. You're going to go ahead and cut your cardstock normally, like you usually would. So it's 5.5 by 8.5, and then we score at 4 1/4, which is the halfway mark to create your card base, right? So that's our typical card measurement. But in addition to that scoring, we're also going to score here at 2 1/8, because that gives us that backwards fold here to create our fun fold. So it's like halfway between that front. So 4 1/4 is what this measures. So 2 1/8 is half of that. So that's just going to give us our little fun fold mechanism. You can do it so that if you wanted to like glue it shut so that then it would just open this way, you could do that, but I kind of like it this sort of like accordion style. So next up, let's go ahead and do our inside. So I'm going to take a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of Very Vanilla, and we're going to attach this here. Nate he listened really well, and when he designed this, he did not do a lot of stamping, so he made it super simple for you to recreate this, because you'll get the paper in your card kits, so you'll be able to recreate these cards even if you don't have the fishing stamp set. So you could just use anything with the sentiment that you could use, that you would like to use. So he did a really good job in that way. So even if you can't get the fishing paper or the fishing bundle, you can totally recreate these a little bit. I'm actually going to trim off a little bit on the sides of this because it's a little thicker than I want. What happened is when I embossed it, this part shrunk, so it was making it not look like an even border. So I just kind of shaved off a little bit, so now it looks like equal border on top and the sides. When you emboss the cardstock, it kind of like crumples it in, so it shrinks that top and bottom part. So I just embossed Mossy Meadow with the Twisted Rope embossing folder, which is also part of this suite. I love a good tone-on-tone look. It just adds a little bit of texture, which is kind of fun. And then we have a 2 by 4 inch piece of Misty Moonlight and some coordinating paper. We're going to attach those together like so. And then this is going to get attached to the card like this. But when we attach this, we want to make sure we're very careful not to add adhesive to this side. So the best way to do that, I find, is to flip this over where you want it to be, and then we're going to add adhesive while it's still here, and then you can just flip it back over and you know it's not going to be in the wrong spot. Okay, so there's our cute little mechanism. And then I did make him add some ribbon just because I thought it was cute. Nate is great. I love it. It's funny. I don't know if you guys remember the Nate is Great. Was it Nate the Great? He's like a, I think it's actually a historical figure in the times, but they used to have books about Nate the Great when we were kids. And he used to run around all the time like telling everybody, Nate is great, like, you know, when he was a kid. So it's funny that you say that. But he is great. I love it. So we're going to go ahead and stick this in here, and I'm just going to kind of weave myself 2 little loops, kind of like a figure 8, like this, with this ribbon, and then I'll cut off the excess so we can have a little bit of texture on this one. And then again, he's using the leftover pieces from that retirement card, this piece here, actually no, it's this piece here, I think, that he's using, yeah, and that's gonna be our sentiment for this one. So he used the good things come to those who wait. So let's go ahead and get that inked up. I'm just gonna use the black ink again. You could use like a basic gray too if you wanted to pull in the gray from the paper. Hi Carrie. That would work too. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this. And we're gonna ink this up and stamp that on here. Like so. Straight down, straight up. That way you get a nice, clean, crisp image. And I'm gonna put this on top with some dimensionals, only because the ribbon's a little bulky, so we wanna make sure that it will stay put there. So I'm just gonna kind of put some dimensionals more towards the center, because the edges might hang off of that panel a little bit. So I don't wanna seal my card shut in any way. So we'll do this, and we're gonna attach that here. Cute, right? And then the last step is just to add some of the matte dots. So we'll use the vanilla ones again. I'm gonna grab a couple to put here, and then maybe one more to put down here, like that. And there you have our finished third card. Super easy, super cute. Look at these. He did such a good job. I'm so happy. We have our finished projects. Very fun, very simple. So again, if you want some of these card kits, that again, really all you need is sentiments for most of them. The only thing I stamped from the stamp set is that bobber, which you could replace with another fish or something else from the paper and still be able to do that. When you get the card kits, they include all the cut pieces, the embossed pieces. I give you the ribbon pieces. So the only thing you have to do is the stamping. So that's really the only stamping is this, and then the sentiments. So very easy to recreate them on your own, even if you don't have this bundle, which again, as I said at the beginning, is not currently available. It will be back in stock hopefully the week of August 7th. But if you order this week using that host code, you'll get these card kits for free sent to you. If your order's over 50, you'll get the embellishments we used, and because Stampin' Up! Is doing the bonus days, you'll also get a $5 coupon for every 50 you spend to use in August for their bonus days promotion. So that is my class for you this month. I hope you love that. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I will see you back here on Thursday for Thursday Throwdown. If you're new here, we do that every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern right here on my Facebook page, where I just throw together a project as you watch. So I hope you'll join me then, and until then, have a great week. See you next time. Bye for now.